Do you see through this shirt? Have I been flashing people all day? Hey guys! I wanted to do a video today solely dedicated to makeup products for warm weather. Now where I live in Canada, we seem to have gone from winter to summer, completely skipping over spring this year. So I wanted to just show you guys a few alternatives, a few things I change up when the weather gets extremely warm. Let's face it, nobody wants their makeup to fall off their face during the day. Well, maybe not fall off, but slide off your face throughout the day. So first thing, which we shouldn't wait for the warm weather, but always use a sunscreen. Our face is exposed all the time, so use a sunscreen. Now, if you don't have sunscreen in your foundation or in a product you're using, then use sunscreen on its own before you apply any product. I'll generally use during the summer months a very light foundation, something that you need a very thin layer of and that you can barely feel on your skin. So here's an example of that, the Vita Lumiere Aqua from Chanel or the Revlon Nearly Naked. Now these give you light to medium coverage, but you need a very thin layer and you don't feel it on your face at all. Now sometimes the weather's so hot you don't want any liquids on your face at all. That's when you can use something like a powder foundation. I have one here from Makeup Forever. It's called the Pro Finish, and this one is basically a pressed powder foundation, which actually gives you pretty good coverage as well. Or there's always a mineral foundation that is actually loose powder. This one here from Laura Mercier actually gives you very good coverage and it gives you a satin finish. So if you use one of these two products, you're not applying any liquid or cream to the face and you're still able to even out your skin tone. Now, of course, there's always the BB cream that you can use throughout the warm weather months, or even a tinted moisturizer. So whatever you're doing, just change it up a little bit. Now, if you feel that you really do need full coverage and you want to use one of your full coverage foundation, like the Makeup Forever HD or the Matte Velvet Plus from Makeup Forever, maybe just apply it with a brush that's a little bit wet and thin it out a little bit more so you don't have as much of a heavy layer on your skin. One thing that I always make sure to do throughout the summer months, well, let's be honest, I do this throughout the whole year, but throughout the summer months, putting on something like a primer to help your foundation stay on longer. Now, even if you're using a powder, use a primer. You want to give your makeup the best chance possible. Here's the Revitalift Miracle Blur from L'Oreal, and here's the CC Cream from Annabelle. So these go on before any type of foundation you're using, just to make sure the foundation lasts longer. It also, of course, minimizes pore and has extra benefits, but let's face it, we want our makeup to last all day long, so put everything on your side, especially throughout warm weather months. Now, once you've taken the time to apply all of these great products on your face to make your face look amazing, set your makeup. Use the Makeup Forever, is it called Fix and Shine? Something like that, or the MAC Fix Plus, or the Skindinavia, or the Urban Decay De-Slick or All Nighter. Whichever setting spray you're using, just use a setting spray. Again, you're helping your makeup last longer, and you're helping making sure that when the warm weather hits your face, that the makeup has a fighting chance. Now, one great thing to do is make sure you bring your powder or blotting papers with you so that you can just touch up your makeup throughout the day. When you'll need to touch up your makeup is usually when it's really warm outside. Let's face it, hot weather, makeup, no mix. Now, one thing I would really recommend is when it's really hot outside, bring with you something like the Fix Plus. It's also a skin refresher. There's one from Caudalie that's a beauty elixir. You just spray it on your face, your skin feels better, and it kind of just helps your makeup stay in place. It refreshes it. So if you have a few little things like this with you, it'll also help your makeup when it's extremely warm outside. Another great thing to do, guys, is to make sure that you're using waterproof products, like waterproof mascara. Here's one from Maybelline, the Rocket, waterproof, CoverGirl Clump Crusher Waterproof. These make sure that whenever you're just wiping your face or anything's going on when the weather is extremely warm, that your mascara will stay in place because it's waterproof. They have some waterproof eyeliners. Like eyeliners, let's face it, they will still smudge a little bit, but at least if you're using a waterproof eyeliner, you're helping your makeup along the way. Now, when the weather changes, everybody's skin gets a little bit bronzier, so use a bronzer. Anyone that you have, just use something to help emphasize the new color you probably have on your skin. It'll just make your skin look extra dewy and fabulous. Now, this might sound a little funny, but one thing I always do throughout the warm weather months is make sure to have dry shampoo. Now, of course, this is not for your face, but when the weather is extremely warm, my hair seems to get oily really fast for no reason. So if you always just put on every morning a tiny bit of dry shampoo, you're making sure that by the end of the day your hair isn't weighed down and looking dirty, when sometimes it's really not that dirty. It's just because it's so hot out there that your hair gets limp. So these guys were just a few tips, a few extra things I do throughout the warm weather months. I do some of these all year long, but when the weather gets extremely warm, I try to do everything to put my makeup application in its best place possible, making sure that it'll last all day long. Again, thanks so much for watching, guys. See you next time. Peace. Yeah, I'm wearing red lips. I don't care. Everybody's over it. I missed it.